Okay, so today we're going to talk about Mumble. What is it, how to install it, and how to use it. Mumble is probably one of the coolest voice chat applications on the planet. The audio quality is amazing. You can talk all over the world. You can connect to thousands of different servers all over the world and just listen or join in the conversation. Mumble takes very, very little resources from your computer. It is very lightweight, it's free, and it's secure. So let's get into installing Mumble. Mumble uses C++ to run, just like just about every other Windows application that you have on your Windows 10 or Windows 11. C++ is a programming language that enables applications to run on Windows. So I'm only going to cover Windows 10 and Windows 11 operating systems. So what is needed for the latest version of Mumble, version 1.5.735, is Microsoft Visual C++ 2022 redistributable x64. So one way to know if you have that already on your system, maybe you bought a computer and it has the latest Microsoft Office installed. There's a good chance it already comes with Visual C++ 2022. But let's make sure that you have this installed already. And the easiest way to do this is you just go to search and you type in add and remove. And as soon as I type in remove, you can already see it says add or remove programs. So we want to click on the add or remove programs. This takes you into your apps, installed apps. This shows you everything that's installed on your computer. So what we want to do is we want to scroll down, and this is all in alphabetical order. So we want to find where the M's are. Okay, and we could start to see the different Microsoft Visual C++s I have for different programs I have installed. I actually use Microsoft Office 2007, and so it runs on a much earlier version of C++. So let's see if we can find what we're looking for here. Okay, and we see it right here. Microsoft Visual C++ 2015 to 2022 redistributable x64. So we know on my machine that I already have it, but for other people that do not have it, I'm going to show you how to get it. So let's close this. And so we'll just say, that you did not find it on your system and you want to run the latest version of the Mumble client. And it's called the Mumble client because you're the end user. Otherwise, it's just known as Mumble. So what we want to do is on the voicetime.me page, that's our Mumble server page. We actually have a Mumble server, and it's for general public voice chat. And it will handle 100 voice chatters, no problem. So it's free to use, and what we're going to do is we're going to scroll down a little, and it says download Mumble client. I really like this mumble.info. They're an official Mumble website, and I like this one because it just makes more sense. So we're going to click on the Mumble info. It takes us to the Mumble info downloads on the official Mumble page. And we're going to scroll down, and we're going to come to this Mumble for Windows 64-bit. So what we see is it says requires installed Microsoft Visual C++ 2022 redistributable x64 to run. Okay, so we're going to click on the x64, and this is going to download the Visual C++ 2022. So we're going to click this. Okay, it downloaded that fast. As you can see right here, it is downloaded. So we have it downloaded, and you can see it in your download list. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and install it, and we'll just click it. And what happens is you will see this, the Microsoft Visual C++ 2015-22 has the license agreement. You could read the license agreement, and then just click I agree and click install. Okay, as you know, we already have it installed on our system, but that's how easy it is to install the latest version of the Visual C++ 2015-2022. Okay, so we're going to close this. Okay, so we have that installed. That's installed, working. So now what we want to do is we want to download Mumble for Windows. Okay, now before you download Mumble for Windows, it's best that your microphone is installed and configured, that your microphone is working, your computer is able to use your microphone, because Mumble right out of the box works perfect. I mean, you don't have to set up anything really. The hardest part is setting up how you want to activate your microphone. It's recommended you use push to talk, because there is nobody that wants you to come into a room with your audio blaring, music in the background. They kind of want you to be respectable, because when there's a bunch of users on a Mumble server, it's just respectful to come in and you're not blaring audio, that you're able to use something on your keyboard, whether it's your space bar or something else to activate your microphone when you talk, and then you take your finger off the keyboard or whatever you're using to activate your microphone to turn it off. So now we're going to download Mumble for Windows. So we just click that. We can see that it downloaded very fast. And so we're just going to open the download. And we can see it right here, Mumble Client 1.5.735. So we're going to click that. Okay, and it's just a basic install. You're going to click next, probably license agreement, yes. Anyway, I'm going to cancel this because I already have it set up. And so we're basically finished with the install. So once Mumble's installed on your system, it'll look like this. You'll have an icon. And let me close mine. So once you have Mumble installed, it will show an icon on your system. So it'll pretty much look like this when you first open it, except you won't have push to talk, and you won't have talking UI. So it'll kind of look like this right here. And so what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to click configure. Okay. And the first thing that comes up once you install Mumble, it's going to be the audio wizard. It's going to be hard for me to talk during this, but you really do not have to change anything in your audio tuning wizard. You just kind of go through it. And that's why I say it's best to have your microphone set up before, because it will detect it once you install the Mumble and go through the settings, you know. So anyway, I'm just going to go next.
This is an example of Speaks, an audio compression codec specifically tuned for the reproduction of human speech.
Okay, so we basically set up the audio. You can always fine tune your audio. Once you're live on Mumble by talking to other people, you could say, hey, how do I sound? If they say, oh, you sound fine, which is probably going to be the case, then you don't never have to go in there and change anything. So anyway, we pretty much have the basics of Mumble set. The thing is that when by default on Mumble, it's not going to have push to talk set. So that's something you're going to have to set. So you want to go to configure and you want to go to settings. Okay. Usually Mumble is set to continuous when you download it and it's your first time. What you want to do is you want to go to where the transmission is. You want to make it push to talk, so you just click the little drop down, select push to talk, click apply, okay, and you're all good. So now you have push to talk, but you need to set up a shortcut. In other words, what are you going to use to key up your microphone? There's several things you can use depending on what you want to use. You could use your space bar. I personally, because I do a lot of work on my computer and I leave Mumble open, always running in the background, probably 50% of the time when I'm on the computer. And if I use the space bar, then when I push it, it goes beep, beep, because it tries to activate the Mumble microphone. So I use the 0 key on my computer to activate the microphone. You can use whatever you want to use. But anyway, to set up the push to talk, you want to go over to shortcuts. Okay, you can see I have push to talk and I'm using the number 0 to key up my microphone. I'm going to remove this. So I have nothing. This is what you'll see, okay, when you first set your Mumble client up. So what we're going to do is we're going to click add. Okay. So when I click add, you see this now, unassigned, no button assigned. So we're going to click assigned. Okay. And we're going to look for push to talk. We're going to select push to talk. Okay. So now we have no button assigned. Well, how are we going to make push to talk work? So we want to click the no buttons assigned, okay? And we're going to click add. Okay, so what you see is when you click add, it says listening for input. Now, it's not listening for a microphone. It's listening for a keystroke, meaning now is the time where you set how you are going to key up the push to talk, key up your microphone to talk, okay? So I'm going to push the 0 on my keyboard. Okay, so it shows keyboard and it shows number 0. I'm going to click OK. So now I'm set up with push to talk using the number 0. That's pretty much the hardest part of setting up Mumble. I'm going to click apply and then I'm going to click OK. Okay. And so you'll see the push to talk thing come up. You don't really need it. So anyway, this is Mumble. So what we want to do is, how Mumble works is you connect to a server. So you tell your friends, hey, I'm going to be on this server, or I'm always on this server. And you can use our server. It's called Fun Public Voice Chat. It's a very stealthy server. And it is open to the public. So anyway, what we want to do is let's look at what server is, okay? The server will show you thousands of different servers you can go to. On the right hand side, it shows the amount of people on each server. Our server is open to the public, no password or anything's needed. Some servers, they don't do that. But so here we have a whole list of the servers, and it's pretty stealthy. You can click a location. It'll show you like all the servers in Asia. It will show you all the servers, North America, Oceania, South America, United States, United Kingdom, which is here. There are servers all over the place. You can connect to any of those servers. If they're open servers, you can join in on the chat. You can just listen, whatever you want to do. Our server is called Fun Public Voice Chat. So if you know the server name, you could just type it in here. And it will come up automatically. Let me get out of the UK. I'm not in the UK. So fun. So even before I could type it in, it automatically comes out. Fun Public Voice Chat. And so you just basically click on Fun Public Voice Chat, our server, and you click connect. Okay, you can put any kind of name you want to for a username. I always use the same name wherever I go because that's my real name. And nobody knows you anyway, so it really doesn't matter. I mean, nobody knows who you are. Mumble's very secure. So I just click OK.
Connected.
Now I'm connected to the server. You heard the voice UI say connected. And I happen to be just in the first room. And we have several rooms on our server. We have one private room for our ham space members. Ham space is it's a ham radio website for ham radio operators, and they're able to use our token to enter the private room if they want to. There's no reason to really be in a private room, but if our members want to, they have that availability to them. So what you do is you just kind of move your little icon around to the different rooms, and I kind of like the Mumble in the Jungle, Barrel of Monkeys, so let's go there. Just going to drag them there.
You joined Barrel of Monkeys.
Okay, so now I'm in Barrel of Monkeys. If there were other people in Barrel of Monkeys, I could talk to them. Now, if somebody's in, say, public voice chat or general chat or just hanging out, I can't talk to them unless I move my little icon to that room. So how it looks when you key the microphone, I'm going to push my 0 right now on the keyboard, and the little icon will turn blue with like some lines around them, and that knows that you're actually your audio is working. So hello, Fun Public Voice Chat. How is everyone today? Then I take my finger off and everybody can hear what I said, and people will talk to me. Also, too, what's fun is you can send text messages to people. So if somebody else is here, you can right click on them and you can send a message. Just click send a message, and you can put hi, how are you doing? And what will happen is that voice UI will read in the other person's Mumble and say, hi, how are you? Whatever you typed in. So the talking UI is very cool. So that's pretty much it on how to use Mumble. It's very simple, and it is just probably the best voice chat application I ever used. I mean, it's just so easy to install. I've talked to people all over the world, and it's just like they're in the room with me. And this takes nothing to run on your system. You can run it. What I usually do is if I'm working on my computer, I just minimize this. and it just stays on my task bar, my task bar, and I just do my normal stuff, my normal work stuff, And if somebody comes in and they see that I'm in a room, they just go to that room and they say, "Hi, Sam." And if I'm in front of the computer, I can hear that, and then I just open Mumble. And I say hi back to them and have a conversation. So even like if you're away from the computer, you could probably still hear people say hi or something, so you know they're there. Anyway, that's pretty much how it works.